Hello everybody, and welcome back to the West Coast. And you join us here back in field number 8 with our New Holland T8 to replace that terribly useless little black T5 or something. I can't remember what it was. It was terrible. But got the T8. It does sound lovely. Doesn't even require a front weight. I ploughed and seeded field 7 there off camera. Figured I'd just get that done and out the way in a highly realistic manner, of course. I totally wasn't just taking the plough around in circles to cover it all. I done some cheating things, if I'm being honest. I turned on Creator Tools and might have borrowed myself a highly powerful tractor and a humongous plough. But I have since gotten rid of it because there will be none of that while I'm recording these videos. Just for the simple fact of, well, this is supposed to be the realistic series. Although, to be honest, I don't think it's overly realistic anymore. Going around the headlands of a field is not how it's done, so I'm told. But we'll see how we get on anyway. I mean, I'm going to keep the series as realistic as I can, barring the way I work fields, I think. Although, to be honest, doing the headlands first is maybe someone's method. I have no idea. I am not a farmer. I'll try and at least... I'll do my best for the realism. So if there are any real farmers out there that want to tell me how wrong I'm doing things, feel free. I'm sure almost everything I'm doing is wrong. I mean, I'm pretty sure this should have some kind of front weight on it. On another note, this seeder hasn't been refilled more than once, I don't think, doing the last 3 fields. So, certainly not a bad seeder. I do enjoy it, not as much as I enjoy this tractor. This is not a mod tractor, this is actually the standard T8 that is available without any mods. It wasn't cheap, I'll be honest. But certainly worth it. I think there is a bit more money just now than there was in the last episode. I can't actually remember how much money I had, or how I got to having so much, but it's a thing. It happened. That is the downside to recording 4 different series of Farming Simulator every single day, is you forget little details like that. But here we are anyway, with 319,000. Our trees, by the way, are earning us a good bit of money. We're actually turning a profit on them on a daily basis, which is nice. Don't think I'm going to get all this in the one, am I? That's unfortunate. This is where the seeder beeps at me because it's turned on but not lowered, which I am aware of. Yes, 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 I know. Yeah, I know. There, are you happy now? I did actually have a problem with this seeder previously. For some reason it wouldn't lower. But just like that, this field is completed at 8:30 in the morning, so certainly a good start to the day. The one complaint I have with this tractor is it's got absolutely atrocious steering. It just doesn't handle as well as the other tractors that I've had in the past, nor does it turn as tight. I want to keep the tractors as New Hollands, although the temptation is there to buy the Class Zeron, which is my personal favourite tractor that I currently have available to me. I think that tractor is absolutely awesome. It's got the 4-wheel steering and the cab can turn around, and it's really powerful, and you can paint it black. I have it on my Oakfield Farm series if anyone is interested in watching that. But we're on a new day. Things are progressing. That was not where I should have turned in. So we'll put this seeder away in its usual spot. Not like that though. I do also have to go and pick up some of my equipment from this field over here, as I did just reset it off camera. I sold the sprayer and got that instead. You see the difference that this tractor makes? No front weight, and it's managing this just fine. I'll just drop it there. In fact, I'm going to park this tractor up and get the small tractor. Just simply because I've not used it yet. Don't know what I hit there. Maybe the steps on the pole. Now the only thing I don't like about this tractor right now is it doesn't have the narrow tyres. In fact, I think it's got wide tyres on it for some reason. I have a habit of buying tractors with wide tyres. We'll just go and resolve that, hopefully. Customize. Oh no, we can't. Okay, fair enough. Go and pick up our fertilizer spreader over here. This dinky wee thing. Might be small, but it packs quite a punch. So we're now in late spring. There we go, fill that up with fertilizer. Takes a reasonable amount, probably go down really quick though. Oh, that's not what I was expecting to happen. I was expecting it to handle this just fine, but saying that, it is quite big for this tractor. Unfortunately, we won't be using that tractor today. I think this one's... no, this one doesn't have its front weight on it still. I'll just go and attach that front weight. I did forget to put manual attaching back on. I'll hopefully remember to do that for the next episode. No, that's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Now, let me just have a look at the map here. Going the wrong way. Now, field 15 needs done. So does field 4 and field 10. Apparently field 8 and 9 haven't been done at all. We'll start over here in field 10, just because it is just across the road. Now how I'm going to work this I don't know. I think I'll start at the top. Unfortunately the grass is not coming quite yet. And luckily crop destruction doesn't make a difference on this particular growth state. I suppose I could fertilise the grass area of this field too, not that I suppose it makes much of a difference. The ticking sound of this is why I don't usually go for it. It can be quite irritating at times. And also because there is no arms to these, it's quite difficult to see where the edge is when you're just starting the field, whereas with a sprayer obviously you see exactly where it's going. The intention is to next year have it so that we're not using purchased fertilizer. We should be using our own manure. Well, not our own, but manure that our farm has produced. This is quick enough. It's not groundbreakingly quick. It does use quite a bit of fertilizer though. It's don't know why I lowered it there. That was pointless. I'll just head up here Might as well. No harm in fertilizing up here, is there? Just where all the trees die or something. See if I can get a bit further away from the edge here. Oh, we're spraying the neighbouring field there. Ah well, they're welcome. But spraying the poplars is definitely something we need to do. We want maximum yield out of them. Not sure if this affects the yield of the trees. I wouldn't have thought so. And the grass probably won't get cut anyway. Not sure if there is crop destruction on the poplars yet. No, it doesn't appear to be. That is helpful. We definitely want full yield on here. Really difficult to actually see what's being covered on this because there are just small little like windrows of poplars. Not sure if that's the correct way to plant them or not. But it's the way I've done them, so it will have to do. It will do. I should probably time-lapse yet. This. Time-lapse yet. I should probably time-lapse this. But I'm not actually a fan of time-lapses. I prefer a somewhat unedited type of video. I just put on my intro, my sound clip and my end card, and that's pretty much as much edit as I do. Just kind of throw everything together, and time-lapsing takes a lot more time. But I may actually do a time-lapse series on Farming Simulator. Let me know if that is something that you'd like to see. So we're at 44% after doing this field. And if we just check our map, I think we're done in this field actually. Yeah, we're done in this field. We don't need to fertilise this again. So we'll close the gate behind us because we won't need back in here apart from watering the trees until this field is fully grown. Just block the road there for a second. We're going to refill the fertilizer tank and move on to the next field. Doing the last of our pre-summer work. Just let that fill up. Oh, it doesn't have to take a while, does it? What did I hit there? Couldn't see. Now these potatoes do have crop destruction on them, so we need to be selective. I'll just demonstrate. There is the crop destruction. But, let's just batter in, see what we can do. Hopefully we don't destroy too much of the crop. A little bit of crop destruction is obviously going to happen anyway. As you can see, I may have drove across this field at some point. Not something I would normally do, but it was sort of mid-crash, to be honest. Came around a corner too quick, lost control, and, well, got it right in the potato field. Luckily I didn't go straight through the middle. I forgot how big this field was. This field's actually quite big. Not our biggest field, but it's still reasonable. I feel like I should have narrow tyres on. That's fine. A little bit of crop destruction never hurt anyone, apart from the crop that's being destroyed, but it's fine. So let me just see if I can work this out. So it's a bit more realistic given that there is crop destruction on. If I come back here, go across it this way, like so. Tell me I'm not going to miss that bit. That's fine. I need to loop into this one. Head back up the same way. This seems somewhat how fields look with a bit of crop destruction in them, I think. Missed a bit there though. Ah, missing loads. That's annoying. Oh well, on the grand scheme of things, it's not that much. I don't dislike how this looks. I'd like it a lot more if there wasn't any crop destruction, but like I said, realistic series comes with the comes with it, I guess. I'm missing way too much now. I'm running over way too much as well. One more pass should cover us. Well, I think we've missed less than we've destroyed, to be honest, so I'd call that a win. Now, our other field over there, which looks like I've got missed bits. I don't think I have, I think it's just different growth states. It has a reasonably large amount of crop destruction on it already because it started growing halfway through the field. So getting back out the field caused me to have to drive over the crop. Try and keep it to the path that we've already driven through. Well, that took exactly 50% of the... I don't dislike that at all, it actually looks quite smart. Tell me your opinion on that in the comments below. I think it's not the worst looking field in the world. Oh, wrong button there. As you can see, exactly 50% of the fertilizer was used there. Unfortunate that we have to fill up after every field, but this was a lot better than the alternative, I think. It was quicker this time, but I suppose there was more in it, so let's have a look at the map. Field 14's not been done at all. It's grass, I think. Yeah, it's grass, so let me just check. I don't think I need to fertilise grass, to be honest. Seems wasteful. But we'll head over to was it field 7 and 8? I'm going to say cautiously. I have no idea, I can't remember. I think it's field 7 and 8 we're going to. The little field and the one I done off camera. That's the two we're going to do. I want to keep hold of as much of this money as we can because there is one more job I'd like to do today. After we spray these fields, as you can see there's a bit of crop destruction on this field. I'll probably hire someone to do that, to be honest. It's a huge field, it'll take me too long. Obviously there's not going to be any crop destruction on either of these two fields, but I'll start with the little one. I'll just jump straight in. It'll only take us 2 or 3 passes to do this field. I suppose if I'd positioned myself a little bit better, it would have been 1. Not to worry. 2 passes will do it nicely. Those trees are very dense. How do I get into them? That is that one done. Back out of here and into here. Straight up this field here. This is not a very big field either. How dense those trees are. Oh, we definitely need to get some logging on the go. That's maybe something to do while we're waiting on things growing. Earn a bit of money. Haven't actually ever done logging on this map. Good to see a bit of the old deforestation going on. Although I'll probably do the majority of it off camera. I'll show some of it, but it's not the best thing to watch, especially loading trailers. If you haven't watched my Goldcrest Valley series, I actually wouldn't recommend that one because it was the first series I ever done on YouTube and it is terrible. But I did 2 full episodes of me basically failing at loading a trailer and ended up having to cheat with creator tools and muscle mode on, and it just it was that bad I ended the series early, and just terrible. I like to think my channel has improved dramatically since those days. I feel considerably more confident on the channel, although there is always room for improvement, so if there's anything you think I need to improve on, let me know in the comments. I will take everything you say under consideration, and if I agree that it's something that could be worked on, or if you manage to convince me that it's something that needs to be worked on, then I will most certainly look at doing that. Some things obviously I can't change, but some things I can. I also would like to hear from any other content creators. Any advice that they have would be much appreciated. Got that field to spray as well, but I'm going to refill this what's it called? Sprayer? Spreader? Spreader, I suppose. Fertilizer spreader. Yeah. Got to refill this first. While we're here, we're going to pick up the T8, I think. No, actually, no, we won't. We'll pick up the T4 because it's going away, but not in the way you'd expect. Missed the trigger again. I always do that. I always go to the wrong one. There we go, nice and full. And if we just swing around here. Leave it running, because we're just going to use the follow me mod to get this here. I'm going to leave it with... Actually, no I'm not. I'm going to take the pallet forks off. But there's something I want to do first. Something that has been bugging me the whole time I've been playing this map, and I've never bothered to try and rectify it. This potato box needs to move. I expect that it will just respawn the next time I load in this map, but let's find out. Don't even know if I can pick it up. It's not looking promising. I would take that as a no. Fair enough. But I am actually going to leave the pallet forks here, if I can just put them away, please. No, not the whole thing, just the pallet fork, thank you. I want follow me on that tractor. Yes, follow me please. We need to go and spend a little bit of money, unfortunately. I suppose it's not that unfortunate, it's actually a good thing. Didn't even check for traffic. Doesn't look like there is any. So this bit's going to be nice and straightforward. Come in here, right here, and hire a worker. Let's just watch him for a second, see how he gets on. He's doing not too bad so far. Ah! Hired workers apparently don't have crop destruction enabled. That's a bonus. You can see where I've had to drive across the field a couple of times. But to the shop. I'm actually going to reduce time here. This episode may be a little bit longer than first intended. But there's good reason for that. I want to at least get to the shop. I'll just leave it on times 15 actually. Because it is late spring after all, so later nights. I like how that field turned out. That looks quite smart with the crop destruction. I always wondered, is the train in this map animated? I've never actually bothered to look at the railway for long enough to find out. Or have I ever actually been in that park? Apart from collecting gold coins, never to look at it. So we'll just leave the T4 here while we run over to the shop. And what we need is a low loader. The small one will do. Install the ladders, please. It's pretty cheap. I like this low loader. I use it on a couple of my farms. And we also need pallets of... I don't really need 8, that's the thing. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. And I need a bale spike. I'm gonna go for the this one. Apparently I can hold 3 bales, really? Okay. It's a bit pricey, but that's okay. Now first things first is move the trailer. Also need to lower the ramps down. Should have probably moved the trailer first, rather than just dragging it along the ground like that. I'm going to put the trailer right here. That's it, lowered. It's a really nice trailer actually. I do thoroughly like that one. If I just connect to this, I'm going to have to turn the help window on for a second because there is actually a way to raise pile. No, I don't want to do that. Oh wait, that is what I wanted to do. Oh, maybe I do it inside. V, that's the one. There we go. Apparently we have 4 bales on here, and that one can just kinda, yeah, go over there. It'll be useful somewhere else. I did this on the valley and found it worked quite well. Obviously I didn't use the auto load. That needs to now go away because it's in the way. Somewhere like that. I actually need to keep it on. Might be a strange way to load these trailers, but I think it looks quite cool. You definitely don't want it clipping through the bottom of the trailer. Try looking at it from the other side. Something like that. They're not lined up very well. So right there. Like so. These automatic bale loading spikes are a mod from called CS or CZS or CSZ tools. Can't quite remember. You terrible person, you. Can't believe it did that there. That's fine. That's definitely a bit strange, but I'll just strap all this down. Keep it firmly in place. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Now, if we go over here, mowers. We want this. Might seem strange that we want that, but we do. What I actually need to do is lower all this down, jump out and lower the pylons, and where is it? Keypad 1. No, I don't want to move them inward, I wanted to move them up. I'm sure there's a way to do it. It's like transport position or something like that. And move them to the center. It's definitely a way to do it. Maybe it's from inside. Yeah, there it is. Just a little bit safer. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. This tractor may struggle with all this weight on it. Hopefully not. Our little profit hopper here. Now we want it somewhat securely positioned on the back. I was kind of hoping to leave the cutting blade down, but we just strap everything down nice and tight. Obviously they don't get straps over machinery, but there you go. Could probably fit another one on there. It's actually an idea. There is another one that's just like it. If I can just find it. This is all costing us money. Costing us all loads of money. Okay. No idea. Never actually driven one of these ones before. I'd imagine it's just the same as the other one. Logically speaking, that is. I just nudge it forward as much as possible. Turn it off. Yeah, it kind of works. Let's find out if it really will work. Oh dear. I'm gonna try and let everything settle a little bit. The bills are now flowing. But yes, that is, I think, the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this episode, then don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment with anything you'd like me to know. You can also head over to my Patreon page if you'd like to support this channel. That would be very much appreciated and would earn you a shout out on the channel on your chosen video series. But thanks for watching, and I will see you again next time.